What's up, Nogi Mat Rats? We've got the mastermind John Danaher rolling with Placido Sanchez. He changed the jiu-jitsu world with his systematic and philosophical approach, and it's very rare that we ever see him rolling. And today we're going to have the pleasure to see the man himself put his knowledge into action. We're starting off with John passing the half guard. Look at the way he posts on the mat with his forehead, driving lots of pressure through the left shoulder with his hips high. That crossface is going to kill Placido's ability to move his hips and his shoulders. And did you see how he opened up the elbow of Placido with his right arm? And watch this key detail here. He's going to switch his base and he's going to open even more that armpit with the right arm, driving the head to the other side, elevating the hips and sliding across with the knee cut pass. Right here, John's demonstrating the principle of pinning the shoulders and then passing the legs. And we're going to get a quick reset. One thing you're going to see in this round is that John definitely has something in mind that he wants to practice. He keeps repeating the same move set. He keeps passing the guard with the same principles. And once he gets to the position that he wants, he resets. Right now, he's passing with the body lock, using both of his legs to trap Placido's by the shin and the thigh. That's going to stop him from collecting the half guard. He just kicks back and passes into side control with a tight waist and a crossface. And look how he's dealt with that frame inside the hip. He switches his hips to reduce the pressure of the frame and at the same time blocking that knee from coming to the inside. One thing John is known for is his mental approach to training. Listen to what he has to say about improvement and setting goals.
Coming into the gym and just doing the same thing for a decade isn't going to make you better. What's going to make you better is progressive training over time, where you identify clear goals marked out in time increments, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, and build those short-term goals into a program of long-term goals.
So let me ask you guys, are you setting goals and tracking your training? It only takes 5 to 10 minutes to reflect after training and write down some notes about what you did well and how you can improve. And the BJJ Notes app is the best place for you to do that. Used by over 15,000 jiu-jitsu practitioners, it's the most trusted training journal out there. I use it myself as a coach and my students use it as well, and we all improve faster and remember the techniques that we're working in class. It's completely free, or you can take advantage of their annual offer that they have on, limited time only. Just use the code NOGIMATRATS. I'll leave a link down below. Stop wasting your time forgetting your techniques that you're working in class. Use the BJJ Notes app and take control over your progress today. Look at this key detail that John's using with his feet. He's molding the bottom of his feet to the hips of Placido. Now he's walking his knees up under the armpits. That's going to make it really hard, even impossible for Placido to bridge, because you can see his hips are not even near to John's hips. John working nicely into an S-mount armbar there. And I just want to highlight how good of a training partner Placido is. Look at how he works with John. He allows John to move and practice his techniques, but he offers the right amount of resistance. He's not fighting against John. He's just moving his hips and his shoulders, changing direction and giving John a blank canvas to work on. It's not step-by-step drilling. He's not just doing it without any movement. Placido's moving, pushing, pulling, and feeling where the space is and seeing if he can move into it, while John is trying to close that space off and work his game. Now pay attention to this key detail that's coming up. Watch how John uses his right foot on top of the hip and thigh of Placido here. That's going to block Placido from catching that leg in the half guard while he's transitioning to mount. Straight away, John's pulling his knees up tight underneath the armpits and he's swiveling that leg around into the S mount. He lets Placido out. And guys, I don't know about you, but I could watch this all day. It's almost perfect execution of technique in a live situation. John now working the Toriander pass, looking to go into the headquarters. Now watch, he's going to do his classic hands on the mat, float passing, using his legs to pommel while he's floating on top of the legs of Placido. And if you haven't seen already, Gordon Ryan used this exact passing sequence to beat Kenan Duarte in the final of the Pan American Championships in 2018. Watching these two guys side by side using the same technique, you can definitely tell that Gordon is a student of Danaher, and Danaher is the key to his success. Combined with Gordon's work ethic, it's the perfect recipe for the best Nogi athlete in the world. John working that pass to mount. Look how he opens that elbow up by walking his hand up the mat, grabbing his own elbow, hugging Placido's head and arm together nice and tight. Feet molded to the hips again. Really tight mount position. And as John was saying earlier, you can see that he has a focus in this session. He has a clear end point. Now watch how he passes the guard from his feet. He's going to push the legs to the side. And the key detail here is his head position. He keeps his head low, almost touching the forearm that's blocking the hip, and he's going to hug the waist tight. Placido giving a great reaction by turning away, trying to build to a turtle. John's going to pin that back leg to the floor and insert the bottom hook first. Using the power half Nelson, he's going to roll through and take the back. Look how he controls the hand, not just the wrist. Now here's a really important detail. Watch when he pulls the arm out from underneath, he grabs the top of Placido's hand before he grabs his own hand. That means he's always going to win the race because he has the top hand position. This is something that Marcelo Garcia always talks about in his old instructional videos, the importance of the hand fight and keeping the top hand position. Now look how John turns his way into that crossface and drives Placido's head to the side. And look at his body position as well. He's turning his hips into the crossface as well while driving his head over and towards the mat. That pressure on the face right there absolutely kills all the movement that you can make with your shoulders. Where the head goes, the body follows, and if your head is stuck, you're going to have a pretty difficult time moving your body as well. Again, John using that spider walk to open the elbow of Placido, and look how he's hugging everything tight together and driving his weight forward. That's how you create real pressure in the top mount and create opportunity to isolate an arm. Now you see how Placido's feet are facing the ceiling? That's why John goes in, grabbing the heels and pushing legs forward and over, stacking Placido. Once he gets to that stacked position, he closes the distance and he pins Placido's head in place. Now he's going to use a shin pin to pass through the guard. Really controlled and precise technique there. And I'm just observing the posture of John Danaher here. His hips are high and his head's low. He's blocking the hips. And that's the key to his pinning. He talks about it in his instructional that you need to be dynamic when you pin people. You can't just hold them in one position. You have to adapt. And here we're going to have another opportunity to see John Danaher's hand fighting sequence from the back here. Watch how he takes his right arm from under the armpit. Placido goes to defend and John pushes that wrist down and then connects his own hands, cinching up the rear naked choke. John passing from the knee cut pass position now, and look at the left elbow inside the hip. That's going to help him pass through and clear that knee shield. Placido looking for the reverse tight waist octopus guard. Now to the underhook. John stepping over, coming to the quarter mount. Now watch how Placido collects the ankle of John's. He's going to pinch it tight with his heel towards his butt. And to release that leg, John's going to lean forward with that cross face pressure and use that left hook inside, pummeling that shin with a windscreen wiper over the hip. Look at the pressure he creates there with his hips high and his head low. Again, hugging those arms around the head and arm of Placido, leaning forward to clear the arm to the other side of the head. Now in this next sequence, I want you to pay close attention to John's head position and his knee and elbow position. Watch how he enters in and he keeps that elbow and knee connected on the inside of Placido's legs. And look how low his head is. He's keeping it on the inside of the shoulder and he uses it to push the shoulders flat, windscreen wiper in his legs into a better position. Now he can pass the guard. He's trapped the bottom leg of Placido, but he's not in a half guard. He's going to use that left foot as a hook. You see how he's always on top of the leg. He's winning the top leg position, stepping that right leg over high and clearing it to the mount. John moves really, really well considering the amount of surgeries he's had on his hips and his knees. Great round to watch. That's going to be the end of the round and the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.